I love the Scrum course because we get so many different people coming on it. The actual programs we run, they're open for anybody. Anyone who has an interest in learning how Scrum can assist them in running their projects. But we do tend to get two distinct groups. The first ones are people who have no practical experience using Scrum at all, but they're hearing from colleagues, from friends, that it works. Their employers are making noises about wanting to start to work with it, so they know they've got to get up to speed. Even people who are wanting to stay ahead in the market to make sure that they're appealing to potential new employers, because Scrum is just developing and is everywhere these days. The other group of people we tend to get are people who have been working in a Scrum environment, maybe for 6 months up to 2 years. There's no question whether Scrum works, they know it does, but they're struggling somewhat to get it to work for them. So they come along on the course to try and tighten things up a bit, to make sure that they're doing things right and to fix any of the bad habits that perhaps have formed which are preventing them from getting the most out of this process. We split the Scrum course into two main sections, theory and practical. So over the 2 days, it would be grand coming along, sitting there, getting a little bit of information, going through that theory, but it doesn't actually stick inside. So what we do is we give you that theory and then we cement it with practical exercises. So day one, what do we do? Well, we're going to look at a bit of the background behind where Scrum comes from, where it fits into agile processes. Give you that theory to help you understand the ethos behind it, the buy-in that people need to have to be able to work with the process really well. We then go through the process step by step. We use video presentation, we look at do's and don'ts, and we give you lots of opportunity to ask questions. There's no point coming on a program and not having your questions answered. So we encourage you to ask as many questions as you want. We spend time tailoring even our open courses to the participants in the room. Now, after we've gone through on the first day that theory, we move into day two, and this is where people really become alive because we hand it over to them. We're going to go back through that process, but this time we're going to run a Scrum project. We're not going to have you write code. What we're going to do is we're going to get you playing some games. And I hope you like Lego, because we're going to get the Lego out and we're going to start developing concepts and building things for real. It really helps people to see how the process of iterative development comes alive. We get people to take on the roles of product owner, Scrum Master, development team, and we get people to see what it feels like to be in those roles. So people come away feeling really encouraged that they actually can do this and enthused that they can apply it when they get into work. So on the final part of the second day, we're just going to spend a bit of time with you, helping you to understand the skills you're going to need to fulfill those roles, some of the leadership qualities that you're going to have. And this is important information that you may not get on other courses that focus on Scrum. The reason it's important because as a part of the assessment to become certified, you need to be able to show you understand how to lead a Scrum team, servant leadership. So we're going to give you that in this program. Now, we finish off by just looking at prepping you to become certified. We encourage you to work with scrum.org and to take their assessment as a credible assessment program. What we're going to do is we're going to give you sample questions, we're going to review how to sit a multiple choice exam, some tips and tricks to make sure that you're successful as soon as you get into that seat and book to take the exam. Well, you notice on the website you're on right now, there's that option to download the brochure. Our brochures really help people to understand the detail of what's going to happen on our courses. So download that brochure and read through it and then give us a call, and I'm sure you'll be ready to come along and enjoy one of our programs.